I'm really excited to announce a really fun project that I just did with Carter. This is a blast from the past, and this is gonna be a collector's edition commemorative release that goes all the way back to my roots and where I started as a competitive archer when I was one of the very few that were shooting a 2-finger release. Now, the very first ones that I had were these 2 specials right here. And honestly, the very first one that I found was this one right here. And this 2 special was something that was responsible for me making my first team. It was something that was responsible for several of my best scores as a competitive archer, but there were so few of these to find. There was a limited run that Jerry Carter did, and a few top guys got these. There were a few that were floating around in the shops. And over those 4 years as a competitor, I managed to find these 5 right here across the globe. And this ranged from Australia to Germany. I found one at a distributor in Holland. But these were my releases, and I loved shooting these things, and really not many people were at the time. Then Jerry made me one that was a little bit wider and had a little bit more comfortable feel in my hand, and I had one of these that I was able to take around and use, and absolutely loved them. And these have actually been a conversation piece when people come here to the dojo, they're hanging out, and I'm showing them the origin of the 2-finger release, where it started for me, and obviously where it's transpired to now with the Nock To It. These are relics. These are a collector's edition. We're doing 1 run. They're a limited edition. They have new internals, the new processes. These are gonna be in a lot better shape than my OGs, but this is gonna be a really awesome release for you to have. It's a talking piece, and honestly, this is really the first true 2-finger. The Nock To It does allow you to hang your 3rd, which I've liked, and I've liked having that little hook there. But this release is so fun as well because it's really like a 1.5. And this was something that was taught to me from Randy Ulmer when I first switched over to shooting 2-finger releases. He was also shooting his releases with mainly 1 finger, using the 2nd to pivot on. But these releases are so dang accurate. They don't have the adjustments, and they don't have the auto-closing jaw like the Nock To It would have. But again, these are such an awesome piece, and they were so hard to find. And this is gonna be really fun to bring back. What's cool about this, if you're a Carter fan, this goes back to the original Carters that had 4 sears inside, not 3 now. We currently have the 3 with the auto-closing jaw. This one, you have to tip it down, the jaw opens, you cock it, and you close that on your D-loop, and you're ready to go. The other cool thing that we had with these 2 specials is they do have holes built into the side here, because back prior to the D-loop materials that we're using now, a lot of people like to shoot these with your loop built onto the release to where you would close that and you could hook up directly under your arrow shaft, which gave you great arrow flight. Or some people are actually using this through their D-loop to really minimize any type of variation in that hand. This is an awesome release. It's built with the exact springs that I've preferred on my OGs, and I'm confident if you want just a really cool piece, something to have fun with, something that is super accurate, and honestly, if you're a target archer, and especially if you're shooting any of the ranges in the lower poundages, this is such a fun release. And honestly, you're more or less shooting this with 1 finger and having the 2nd finger hang, whereas the 3rd finger on a Nock To It would have been hanging. But this is a really, really cool release. I'm gonna do a little bit of OG stuff this year on the range. I'm gonna take out some stuff that I had fun with during the early part of my career, and I'm kind of going all the way back around and doing some cool projects with some of the people that have really put us where we are as a brand and as a community. But if you want something cool, this is gonna be a one-time shot. I got Jerry to shut down. He built these one more time. They have all the new parts. They're all anodized in my original dead red, and that's gonna be the one color that you've got. But what a fun release to take to the range. If you can get one, good luck. These things really are too special.